I'll tell you, I am finally heading to work and vlogging. Good morning. Welcome back to my channel. I'm vibing in. We've got the hammock vibes going on right now. So thank you so much for tuning into my channel. If you haven't yet, make sure and subscribe to the show. Also like, comment, and share. That would be awesome. Yeah, it is Friday morning. This is the first week back. I just went to Italy with my love, and it was so amazing. We went to Venice, we went to Florence and Rome. Venice and Rome were like bucket list items for me, and I'm so grateful that I went. However, it was very touristy, so like it was great. The food was great. If I went back, I definitely would like go to different areas. But yeah, so we went to Italy, came home, and then I moved all of my stuff out of my apartment and I moved it into my boyfriend's house because we closed on our house. So we closed on our house on Tuesday, but the sellers wanted a rent back, so we can't move in until the end of September. So I moved in here with him. So there's a lot of like moving parts right now for me with like my life and like just situational. And I don't know, when I'm working and when I'm doing stuff, I know this could be a limiting belief and decision for sure, but I really like things to be set and secure and stable and like not so much movement and really get into the flow in that way. So I'm really excited for September, October to be more like settled into the flow of everything that's going on. And yeah, it's early in the morning. It's like 6:30 in the morning right now. Look. So we're just in this house for like 1 month. I'll be in this house for 1 month, and then we move to our house, which I'm so excited. So that's my second house. And then my house in Austin closes in October. So that'll be fun. Yeah. So I'm just going to be getting back to work. I'm starting to train for my very first fitness competition on Monday is when my official like program starts, like my meal plan and cardio plan and all that kind of stuff. So I'm excited. I just weighed myself this morning. I weigh 174.6. So for me, usually I like to I don't really weigh myself that often, but normally I like to be like around 170, 171. So definitely kind of gained a little bit of weight being in Italy, but I don't give a fuck because I ate all the pasta and all the bread and all the pizza and all the wine, and my stomach did really well with my ulcerative colitis, so super excited about that. Yeah. Okay, so we are on officially day one, official of my training for my fitness competition in December. It's December 10th. It's August 15th right now, 2022. So this is day one. I just got up this morning, did my morning routine, got up early at 4:30, did a little self-love meditation, did some journaling, went to the gym, came home. Now I'm eating meal number 2 as I have a very strict meal plan for the next 4 months for training for this show. So I'm making meal number 2, which is 6 ounces of sirloin and then 3 of these little baby corn tortillas. So I get 3 little steak tacos, and yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna get some work done this morning on my computer, and then after that, I'm gonna get ready and I'm gonna go to work. I haven't been to work for over a month since before I went to Italy, so I kind of have those pre-work jitters. I actually, to be honest, I had a breakdown yesterday and I had a meltdown. I was crying to my man about the club and it was just really difficult for me. Sometimes it gets to be super easy to go in there and be in the flow, and sometimes it's hard, and it's been hard for me. I'm making it mean all these things about me, about my ability to be successful, about making it mean something about me. Also, just the fact that like sometimes it's really fucking dark in there. And when I say dark, I mean like literally and figuratively. It's dark as fuck, all the lights are down, but there can be a lot of dark energy in the club, which can be soul sucking, and it's been nice to be removed from it. And at the same time, I have some financial goals I still want to hit, right? And I'm always going to have financial goals I want to hit. I understand that. So it's just like this balance between putting my energy into my business, which I always do, and how much energy am I going to put into dancing? What's a realistic schedule going to be for dancing? Because I need to figure it out. Because saying I'm going to go to work all of these shifts and then not going really fucking kills me on the inside. You know? It's not a matter of lack of discipline. I'm incredibly disciplined. I get up early, do my morning routine, eat healthy, fucking work on my business all the time. But when it comes to dancing, I've really struggled with going in, to be completely honest. I'll get over it, I'll move through it. It's just fucking hard for me right now. And that's okay too. Okay, so I just counted, and in my notebook that I have for tracking my shifts, and it's been 29 days since the last time I went into the club. That's a lot. All right. Getting the ball rolling here is the fucking hardest part, man. Look. No days. But guess what? I was in Italy, and guess what? I work on my business every day. My hair is looking pretty. My extensions. Heading to work. I'll tell you, I am finally heading to work and vlogging. It's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I am going to be driving to work, and I'm excited. I'm excited to take you with me to work today.
Dance for me, dance, 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 oh. And dance for me, dance for me, dance, 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 oh. Dance for me. Pull up, I got 5 wishes on a Friday. I know y'all different, y'all popping bottles in broad day. So much cameras, I gotta move in a small way. Popping, I'm placing the diamonds on me, it's okay. Go on, get up, don't let time pass by. Popping these bottles and we spray in the sky.
Okay, so it's 1:30. Checking in. Ready to make some money.
Let's dance for the night. Yeah, don't make plans for the night. Put the bottles up, dance to the sky. Swallow all your pride, swallow all your pride, and dance with me. Hit the floor, girl, then we dance up. Shake a leg, girl, then we dance with me. Get a drunk, girl. Hit the dance up. We can dance in the streets if you want to. Your body language talking, I'm observing you. Oh. Put some respect on my name. The way I break a leg, she thought that I need a car. Flipping the bottle, my drip is like a title. We might go viral the way we dancing, no throw in the tower. Needing a meeting with the council, waiting on my arrival. We standing tall like it's the Eiffel. Let's dance for the night. Yeah, don't make plans for the night. Put the bottles up, dance to the sky. Swallow your pride, swallow your pride, and dance.
All right. Back at home. Okay. So I am back home from my shift, and I worked today. I worked 1:30 to 7:30. So I worked a 6-hour shift. But today's shift was fun. It was fun. It was easy. Yeah, it felt good to get back into the swing of things. It was really interesting. When I was working, I was texting my man, and I was like, I want to be a fucking machine. And he was like, what do you mean? And I just told him how, you know, I just really desired to be back into grind, back into being machine, right? To be honest, like it's not a hard thing for me to eat a specific diet. It's just I'm following specific orders now, and it's like watching my portions, which is new. And then I go to the gym like every day, but now I'm just adding cardio. So it's not like I'm going from zero, like not doing anything, to like all of this massive training. like it's in my routine. I'm just making those little shifts that are gonna make a huge difference, like measuring my food, eating specific foods, and doing cardio. And then obviously getting back into work. And so just really like being gentle and graceful with myself, getting into the swing of things, back into the swing of things, coming off of this summer, which was amazing. This summer was so amazing to just chill and enjoy and travel. But now I'm ready to get back to work. And I texted my coach today, one of my coaches, and I was like, I need help. I need help on my business. So I'm going to start working with my coach again, which is going to be great. Yeah. I'm also feeling really lit up and called to focus on the speaking element of my business and really get a lot more speaking gigs, paid speaking engagements, and really growing my business through being a keynote speaker. In addition to, I'm creating a speaker training to teach people how to become amazing, powerful speakers, like the mindset of speaking, NLP in speaking, how to craft a really great speech, the art of speaking, so stage presence and all of that kind of stuff, and then the business of speaking. So I'm really excited about building that out, and really like focusing on that element right now. It's feeling really good and lighting me up. So yeah, before I do a money count from the shift today, I wanted to share about my ayahuasca experience. This last weekend, I sat in ayahuasca on Friday and Saturday, and I love recording about them. Like the very first time I sat, I recorded a podcast. Second time I recorded a podcast, and the fourth time I sat, I recorded a YouTube video or a vlog. So that's on the channel if you want to check that out. I didn't record a podcast this time. I'm not doing like a whole vlog specifically on ayahuasca. But I wanted to reflect my experience. Now, we sat 2 nights. We sat Friday and we sat Saturday, and there's so much stuff goes on, and I'm not necessarily trying to give like a full recap because we'd be here for forever, right? But just like the biggest takeaways from me from this ceremony, it was so beautiful. In my ceremonies, my dad has never come through any messages or healing with my dad. My dad is alive and he's, here, but, there's wounds and trauma within that relationship. And it was really interesting because the second night we sat, it was a lot of men. So Frankie was on this side of me, and then my other, there's another guy. Anyways, there's guys, right? So it was a lot of male energy. And it was one of the biggest takeaways for me was men lead, right? And I've always had this thing where I feel like I have to compete. I got to prove myself. I got to compete with the man. I'm better. I don't need the man. Like when men lead the way, my ego, I would just be like, no, fuck that shit. I don't need men to lead. I can lead myself, which yes, of course I can. But the big lesson here was that men are that rock, that safety, that security, that grounded firmness, and women, and in that firmness of the male, the women, the feminine gets to be expressive and, guide, right? So men lead and women guide. And that was huge. It was that was so powerful for me because a man can lead and my ego doesn't have to get in the way. It doesn't mean anything about me, right? And when men lead and I allow the man in my life to lead, I'm able to excel and guide in spirituality and guide in life and be a guide in the way that only the feminine can. So beautiful. My dad came through a lot of healing with my dad. At one point, I literally told him, in the ceremony, I was like, give me your pain. I am strong enough. I'm a healer. I can heal it. And give me your pain. And I took my dad's pain on and I transmuted the energy out. And I was like, I can heal it. And I felt it and I was crying, but I healed him. I talked, me as my grown woman talked to my dad when he was little and told my dad, I love you so much. I love you. You don't have to prove anything. You are worthy. You are all of these things. My papa came through, who passed away 3 years ago, whose name was Frank, actually. And I remember, like, you know, connecting with my papa, but kind of like asking about, like, what do you think about Frankie? And then what happened was, in the ceremony, my dad walked me down the aisle, my soul down the aisle, and my papa married me and Frankie's souls. So it was like my papa giving us a blessing on it. My sister came through, who passed away in 2007. She came through, and when she came through, I was like so excited. I was like, Brooke, I was so excited. I was like, you get to meet Frankie. This is Frankie. And she was like, Paige, I already know him. He's my brother too. And then it showed me a scene of like me, Brooke, and Frankie all playing as little children, like as if we were like triplets or siblings in a past life. And I remember I was so excited that like Frankie also got to experience my sister as a sister, and I got to share my sister with him. Like, it was so beautiful. You know, it took me back to so many different childhood memories when I was young, going through my grandparents' house, so much male energy. I was a healer that night. When the ceremony started, Aya came to me and she said, we've got work to do. And I was like, I'm ready for it. And it was like I was healing my dad. She showed me this scene of, like, in real life at my sister's funeral, when we went to bury her, my papa was standing there, like, reading the Bible, giving a blessing over the situation, because there was no, like, it was a really weird situation, like the actual burial, not the funeral. Anyways, my grandpa was standing there and he was, you know, crying and reading out of the Bible, trying to bless my sister's casket. And in ayahuasca, it brought me back to that memory, and I healed my papa's pain. I was like, give me your pain. Like, I can heal you. I'm strong. I can hold this. Like, really, and like really being there for the men in my life, right? I took Frankie's pain. I healed Frankie's pain. You know, there was so many situations where I just was like, you know, this hurt my feelings when you did this. Like, something that happened when I was 3. I had a conversation with my dad in the ceremony about, like, this really hurt my feelings when you did this. And he apologized. After the ceremony, I actually called my dad, like, the next day and told him about it. And he actually apologized in person, in real life, about that situation that happened when I was, like, 3. It was kind of cool. I thanked my sister for being my sister. Thank you so much for being my sister in this lifetime. Like, I'm so grateful I got to experience you. So I'm crying my eyes out. This is a funny one. I have been, my health, right? So, ulcerative colitis. And I was like, I found myself sitting there wanting for someone to come heal and work on my stomach. And then I thought, I'm a healer. So in the ceremony, I took my vision, I took my colon out of my body and I raised it up and I just honored it and I praised it. And I said, thank you so much for all your hard work, for always being there for me. Thank you. You are amazing. And the song Phil Collins, In the Air Tonight, that I can feel it coming in the air. So that was playing while this was going on. And I literally had my hand up in the air and I was like just praising my colon, thanking it, healing it. Afterwards, Frankie was like, when I was sharing that, he's like, oh, that's why your hand was up in the air. And I was like, yeah. You know, in ayahuasca, it's very like for your own self, your own journey. And you're not really, you know, supposed to like interfere or like touch other people. But towards the end of the ceremony, like I was kind of coming out of it, but I was still in it. And Frankie, and so like we grabbed hands, and then I went over and I snuggled with him on his little mat. And it was the most intimate experience I've ever had in my entire life. Intimate, non-sexual, connected experience I've ever had with another human being in my entire life. It was like, you know, like what snakes look like when they're mating. Like, you know, cue a picture of the snakes mating over there. Anyways, that's like what, like me and Frankie's legs were doing that. And we were just like literally so connected. And like, I felt like my soul was like fully seen, and same with him. And Like, it wasn't sexual at all, but it was so intimate and like, oh my God, it was just so beautiful. And I'm so grateful. And there's a lot of, you know, male healing that happened during the ceremony. And since Frankie coming into my life, really, honestly, a lot of wounds with like male wounds have been healed, which is beautiful. So I will always say this, but if you feel called to do ayahuasca, sit and do ayahuasca, because if the world did ayahuasca, if everyone did ayahuasca, the world would be a better place. And that was like the most intense thing I've ever experienced. A lot of crying, a lot of pain, but so beautiful. I welcome the tears. I welcome the healing. I welcome the hard lessons, because I know it's for my highest and best good. Yeah. I mean, there's so much more I could say, but oh yeah, the one other thing I wanted to share about the ceremony, and then we'll do the money count, is you know, in real life, there was a period of time when I was very addicted to drugs, and Aya showed me this vision of when I would get high as a kite in my bedroom by myself at 10 o'clock in the morning, and I would lay on the ground next to my bed, and she brought me to that scene of me looking at myself. And in the ceremony, I kneeled at my feet and I just prayed. And as I was kneeling, praying for my healing, like my ancestors and spirit and angels were surrounding me, being high in my room all by myself. And it was like, again, such a healing, like I am healing myself. And I shared that afterwards, and Frankie was like, yeah, it's just like, you know, timelines, you know, alternate realities, like time isn't made up. Like, you really were there praying for yourself. You're just now seeing that side of the timeline. And I'm like, I know, it's so cool. So much healing, like on a really deep level, to show me how strong I am, because it's like, I can hold it. That was like a big thing, as I was like telling my dad, let me help you. I'm strong. I can hold this. I can hold this emotion. I can hold this pain. And that comes from doing the fucking work, from working on yourself, from being willing to continue to dive in deeper and deeper and keep peeling back the layers and keep going and keep getting better, you know? It was really cool. I'm strong enough to do this. So, yeah, that's in place of my stripper session tonight, is my ayahuasca ceremony journey. Takeaway too, I am strong. I am strong and I am precious, because it brought me back when I was like 2-3 years old, like laying on my dad's chest, and I was singing him a Phil Collins song, actually, which is so funny that the other Phil Collins song came up. It was like this specific memory, this memory of my papa, you know, just, I was his favorite, and just looking at me feeling so precious, and so like remembering how strong I am and also how fucking precious I am. And you are too. Okay, so we're gonna do a money count. I worked 1:30 to 7:30, 6-hour shift. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 30, 40, 1, 2, 3. So I made $1,043 today at my little day shift at the stripper. I'll take it. I'm grateful. Yeah. Woo. I hope that you enjoyed this vloggy vlog. If you haven't already, comment, like, subscribe, share. And I'll be back next week for more. Also, if you want to come to Bali on my 2023 retreat, hit me up. If you want to be a speaker, hit me up. If you want to be a coach, hit me up. I got you. Cheers. So we're in Florence. Me and Frankie.
Sorry. Hi. We're recording.
And we're going on a wine tour today.
So, babe, what did you think about the Coliseum?
I thought it was fantastic.
Huh?
And the ruins are pretty cool too.
What was your favorite part?
Probably the ruins. Yeah. The God of Victory, that was my favorite part.
Yes.
Nike.
I
Yes.
learned the God of Victory is called Nike. Who knew?
I did.
Just do it. She did.
And then like spread it apart like how they do.
Add it up. Okay, alright.